Okay. Hello, everyone. My name is Emily, and I'll be hosting today's webinar on IDX Brokers Lead Registration Preferences. Thanks for joining me today. So if you wanted to follow along, I would suggest logging into our demo account. It is, if you go to idxbroker.com, in the top right corner, you'll see the login button. And select that for light and platinum and fill in the username and password as IDX demo. You can follow along. If you ever need credentials to the demo account, you can always give us a call. But I'll be spending a lot of time within the IDX broker dashboard, so there'll be screenshots, but it would be nice to follow along. That's how I learn this stuff. But yeah, feel free to ping questions in the webinar questions box, and I'll be following up with emails, and you can always reach us also. And everything will be recorded and posted to our YouTube channel. So if you miss anything, don't worry. All right. So we're going over the lead management first. When you log into your IDX broker account, your top menu will include several blue circles with different pages. By clicking leads and then on the bottom sub navigation menu, click on the leads drop down menu and select manage. You'll see all of your leads then listed. It'll include flags, checkboxes if you wanted to lump some together, save properties and save searches. You can see whether they verified their status. That means they got an email with a code and they verified that they did want to become a lead of yours. That status will be included, verified, unverified, or disabled, like no longer available. The last update time is included, their last activity within days. If you're in a multi-user account, the agent's information will be included, and you're more than welcome to delete leads, send credential emails, or edit their information, or even log in as the lead with the tools to the very far right. So this is what you'll see when you first get to your leads page. This is the basic overview of all the information. Again, you have further search tools, so you can search through your leads by last name, any information there. And also a filter. So if you wanted to filter your leads for whatever reason, to view them all together, or sometimes people create exports, which we'll go over. There's information like their saved searches, whether or not they're with an agent in your office, if they subscribe to property update emails, with their inactive, flagged, verified, and so on. So some helpful tools there. When you first get started with IDX Broker, it's probably important to import any existing leads you have. So with Platinum, our Platinum solution, you can import leads with a CSV file or an Excel document. This just makes things a little bit more streamlined. With any IDX Broker account, you can manually add leads. Lead exports are another tool. So if you wanted to create lists of specific features of leads that you have, this is available with Light and Platinum. In the bottom corner here, you see first name, last name, email address, password. If you wanted to create an export for just that specific information or anything included in that in the left bottom box, you can include that there. Once you have created your export, you can name it whatever you'd like, and you'll also be able to check when those exports were created. You can trash them if you need, look at them further, or send them someplace. Next, I would go to the lead registration menu. So again, under leads, instead of clicking on leads in the sub-navigation, click on lead registration preferences. This is where, this is an important key, at least within this webinar on our topic. You have two options. You can either do this the simple way, which we're looking at now, which will allow you to basically just click conservative, balance, aggressive, or custom, which would then take you to advanced. But conservative is an easy way to just, you're just not going to bother with the lead forced registration or requested registration. Balanced is in the middle, so you would request a non-reoccurring registration. This would be before they see any featured properties or featured open house pages, and then they would be forced to request to log into your site within 5 details pages. If you wanted to be more aggressive, there is an option for that when you request a recurring form to appear after 3 results page for all types of results pages. So that's then they'd be forced to register after 3 details pages. If you did want to get more customized with this tool, which we always recommend, further driving your market and getting better leads, I would select the advanced or custom selection now. So getting advanced, this is where you can check boxes whether you want it to be a request registration or a forced registration, and that's what's included in the bottom. You can select whether you want this to be a reoccurring or non-reoccurring request if it's the request registration. You can also choose to redirect to a third-party website for registration. We'll go over this further, but this is basically if you wanted to integrate with a CRM, and you include that website, and what type of message you want to include within that form. So you can make it a default message, which is included on the sign up now in red, or you can create your own default custom message. And similar, the forced registration would just allow you to choose how many pages are viewed before the lead is registering. And you can, again, redirect to a third party or create a custom message when that lead is registered. So once the lead is registered, there's several ways to route these leads if you're signed up for a multi-user IDX account. This is something to take advantage of if you want to manage an office with multiple agents. You can round robin the leads. That's, next available agent will get the next lead. You can set it up so certain agents, depending on core fields that you select, will get the correct leads, or you can do a combination of both. Or as the main IDX primary user, you can just manually select which agents get each lead. But keep in mind, under the leads and contact routing preferences, if this is a multi-user account, you can definitely take advantage of those features. And another thing, along with the lead registration and lead routing, there's also lead assignment priority. This is another IDX Office feature. I figured I would throw it in just because it does have to deal with, how leads are ending up in the right hands. So certain things are prioritized. If the system assigned lead, so once the lead has been assigned to an agent, it'll stay with that agent basically. That's the first bullet. Second would be the agent bio cookie. That's if the agent's internal ID has been added to the URL. So the example there below, they have the agent's header ID code at the bottom. If you do have a multi-user account with IDX Broker, each agent would have a unique agent header ID, which you would plop at the bottom of the URL. And that would make sure that the correct agents are getting the correct leads, really. Listing owner would be the next priority. If a new lead has not been assigned to an agent or come through an agent's bio page, the next priority is by listing ID. If a lead contacts you and has a specific listing ID that's owned by an agent on the account, obviously they should go with that agent. Contact routing. And by the way, back on the last bullet I was just saying, that's only agents that are included on your IDX account. We're not going to reach out or send leads to other agents that aren't a part of your office, but may, be working on the same MLS. But anyways, contact routing would be the next one. So if none of the things above fit, then the leads will be sent out per routing options set in the lead management section of your control panel. So those are other specifics that you as the primary user on the IDX account can set up step by step within your control panel. And then account email, the primary on the account would get emailed when there's a lead information. If none of these things apply on your site, we definitely just don't want that lead floating around. So the primary IDX account holder would be notified. So now we're going to take a look at what the lead capture forms can look like. So you have some options here. Within the advanced lead registration preferences still, you can click on sign up page, and you'd be able to sort or add fields to what the sign up page would include. Some handy tools there. And then also add additional tools. or fields. So you could create your own even if there's more fields that are maybe unique to your market. Who knows? But if you wanted to create your own, you can. So this is what would appear on your sign up form. You can adjust them at any time. And you can also add a CAPTCHA. So that's whether or not you want them to put in a unique code. And I'll show you an example of this later. But this kind of helps you avoid any spam or robots entering your leads and getting you information you don't really need. So all of these are available. Choose to use whatever you think looks best. And now we have our My Listing Manager. These are the pages that your leads would see. So these are where they either sign up, log in, manage their account, or get email updates or sign up for that. This is under the Designs tab first now. So we're switching from leads to designs, and then the page sub-navigation option pages. This is where you'll be able to adjust the user sign-up page. This is where new leads can enter their name and other information and decide whether they want that information saved with you. You can customize this page and add your own branding like subheaders or so on so that it has your content there. The user login page, this is a useful tool for leads to sign up for the My Listing Manager account so that they can log back into your site and review the properties or the searches they saved with you and then create new ones in the future. This page can also have a customized subheader, and that's under Design Subheader section. The lead login widget is very similar to this. So instead of a widget, you can create a user login page. These are basically the same thing. It's just a little bit different on how they appear. The lead login widget is something that you could place in your sidebar. It's a little bit smaller. And also, that page, if your subheader was already set up, it would, again, have your own content and branding. The My Account page is another tool you can utilize for leads to return to their My Listing Manager account. This link will only work if the client is currently logged in, or it will redirect them to the user login page we just spoke about. So keep that in mind. Not necessary for all accounts. I don't see a lot of people using this, but I will show you an example of what it looks like later. And then the email update sign up page, basically what it sounds like. It's a search page where they'll get step-by-step instructions on how to save and create a search. And then obviously that would be saved within their My Listing Manager account. Okie doke. So your leads will get update emails if you allow them or if they choose to. And this is basically, a way for customers to automatically get information about the listings that they've saved or that they're interested in, like a new listing available maybe. Any saved searches or properties in their account, whether they saved it themselves or you did it for them, they'll be regularly updated by email. Email updates for saved searches, again, those will be sent out if they saved certain criteria within the MLS and there's a new property available. And then if there's an update to an existing saved property on the leads account, they'll be sent an email anytime that MLS has updated the core fields, which includes price, status, description, square foot, address, beds, or bath. And then these emails will have a standard look on the default setting, but you can also customize these too. So to customize these email updates, there's a few options. It's actually kind of a lot of options, so I'll start from the first, reply to address. This obviously allows your leads to email back from the email update so that you're notified. They can keep that correspondence going. If you allow this, then they'll be able to respond to those emails instead of the no reply. Property update subject line. If you want to change what our default subject line is for property update emails, select custom and enter your own subject line. You can also choose to carbon copy others. So you can include yourself so that your any email that goes out to leads, you're also emailed that same thing, so you know exactly what's going on. A summary email would be every week you'd get a list of all the property update emails that went up to your leads. So it kind of cuts down on all the information or emails that you're you're getting. Or you can choose none, and that's totally fine. You'd always be able to log into your account and check your message center and see what leading emails went out. So up to you. You can always play around and see what works best. And again, on the appearance of these email updates, you can always customize the appearance of an email update by using a page wrapper or a subheader. So email updates are not pulled from the global wrapper. Keep in mind, this is something specific that you'd want to create under the wrappers and pages tab. To display a custom design or a stationery, like the stationery along with the IDX content, you can create a separate email with specific HTML wrappers for the updates, and that will be sent out on your behalf. To customize and preview what your email updates will look like, go to Designs in the top navigation bar, then Wrappers, and then you can create a page wrapper for property updates. So it's at the very bottom of your options under Pages here, which you see we've circled. And this is nice because you can add a header HTML and a footer, whereas on our next slide, this would be just updating the subheader. So only the top, not the footer, but it's pretty much the same thing, same idea at least. You can see a preview of what a header, custom header looks like on an email update. But yep, it's under design subheaders. In this case, you can enter the subheader content if you're not concerned about adding a footer. Both options available, totally up to you. And if you have any questions about setting up subheaders or wrappers, our support team can definitely go into further detail about all of this. And yes, I will be emailing you guys this webinar once it's recorded, and also it'll be posted to our YouTube channel. So no worries there. Email updates and signatures. So this is the footer email. This is basically if you have an IDX Broker Lite account or still on our original platform, which we're kind of easing out of, then you'll basically the account information that's on your IDX dash that you signed up with or have edited ever, that's going to be what's in your signature. But with Platinum, you can customize this a little bit more. You can add your HTML raw code and whatever content you want to display there. So the what you see is what you get interface is available. You can simply type in the text or add the code. And now let's move on. Instead of update emails, let's move on to the login widgets. So instead of the pages, which we touched on, you can create lead login and lead sign up widgets with IDX Broker that can be placed on your sidebar or really anywhere on your pages. To get here, you can go to Designs, then Widgets, and Create. You'll have a few options to build certain widgets. The lead login is one option, and below that is lead sign up. Keep in mind the lead sign up widget is a Platinum only feature. It's pretty straightforward on creating these widgets, which is nice. So you kind of check box which options you want to display and how you want it to look. And then it will spit out this code at the bottom, which you can then copy and paste into your site if it's an HTML-based website. Or even if you're using the WordPress, a WordPress plugin, you can integrate that way, just refresh the plugin, or add the code to a text widget on your WordPress control panel. And for any reason, we did go over a few Platinum only features. If you do ever need to upgrade your account with IDX Broker, it's super easy. However, just let us know. CRM integration. So under, again, lead registration preferences, you'll see sign up page, thank you page, email verification. All of those are very similar. Just keep in mind, I didn't want to touch on all of them and waste your time. They're all basically the same information, just what type of email is going out to your lead. But anyways, then what we're going to focus on now is the CRM integration. Top Producer has been the CRM default for a while now with IDX Broker, but we are introducing more, and we'll touch on that. But anyways, if you have a Top Producer account or are interested in using them, select CRM integration, then yes, we definitely recommend you click the push all new leads to the Top Producer account, but also subscribe to their email update notifications. It's like an insider tip. And right back there, you'll see that IDX Broker provided you a username and password. Keep in mind that's going to be copied and pasted into your top producer account. So now that you've done the lead information on the IDX side, you'll want to log into your top producer side to link the two together. So if you're interested and have a top producer account, go to the settings, click on contacts and my leads, click on add a lead provider, and this is where you'll select IDX Broker and plop in the username password I just showed you. And to save it, click add lead provider again, and all new leads will then automatically be pushed over to your top producer account for extra CRM tools that are available. But top producer is not your only option. You can also integrate via email. So many customer relationship management systems can parse lead information from an email. And this is done under preferences now within the top navigation bar. Click on global preferences and then email settings. And basically you're just setting up the contact CC or BCC and enter the email address for your CRM. And that's basically it. The referral program is something also I wanted to mention. If you have, these are a different type of lead, I guess. These are leads that are interested in working with IDX Broker. Within your account info tab, you can opt into the referral program. And this will provide you a sign-up link that you can give to your other broker or agent friends that may be interested in using IDX Broker. And then you'd end up getting a credit on your existing IDX account for up to a month's subscription. So if you're on a platinum single user account, you can earn up to $59.99 back. Just thought I'd mention. So now let's look at some examples. First here we got the luxury SoCalRealty.com. Got a nice looking clean site. You see that they have the sign up page here on their side navigation. They chose to include these fields. They required the first four, my bad. And once that information is filled out, they'll be notified. Or they created a lead login page. And basically they just pop in their email and they'd be logged into their My Listing Manager page as the lead and be able to see their saved properties and save information. This is a details page for a client of ours. So you'll see that there's a contact agent button at the top. You can scroll down. They've got lots of things going on here. That's our Find the Best widgets, whether it's market data or school statistics. They included a map. But this is the request for information box. They included a CAPTCHA. They chose these fields. These are, I think, just the basic fields available. And if somebody wanted more information about that, that property, they could ping the agent that's on the account. And then this is the contact page for a client in Seattle for Seattle Dream Homes. She has her information that she provided her own content there, and very similar to the last example, she included a sign-up form. But also in the sidebar, you'll see that she created the lead login and lead sign-up widgets. So if you're an existing client, you can log in at the bottom for the widget down here, but also create your own account within the lead sign-up widget. So this is a platinum client of ours. And let's go back here. So just to give you an idea of what your leads would look like, in the little phone looking picture I took, the screenshot is what the My Listing Manager account login looks like. So it's pretty clean, nice and easy for your leads to use. They can verify their account, perform a search with the MLS, view their account information like their name and email and those things if that ever needs updating. View their saved properties and saved searches. So when I registered as a lead as a test for the luxury SoCalRealty.com, this is an example email I got. So this is the verification email that would be sent out, the verification code that would then update the status of your lead information box for your lead overview. And then, you can contact the agent, you can log in and start using your My Listing Manager account, but also get to verify for the agent that you are an interested lead. And again, you can customize these so they have your subheader and, more branding and content that you'd like. So to show you kind of what the forced registration box looks like, this is it. It's asking you to sign up, provide your basic information in those fields. He included a CAPTCHA. And I hope that you notice there is a small box to exit out. If it's a forced request, however you have it set up and however aggressive that is, that box is still going to be there. But if they clicked out and it was a forced request to log in as a lead, it would redirect the client back to the previous page or maybe back to the home page. So it won't actually look at the details of the page that they were hoping for because it is a forced request. But also, I did want to note that you could remove that box with CSS coding, a little customization work, if you feel comfortable doing that. So keep in mind it's not the end of the world if you don't want that there. But yeah, that's it for now. I really appreciate you guys joining me. I'll be following up, and please email me at info@idxbroker.com if I didn't cover anything or wasn't too clear. Happy to help. We do have future webinars coming up. I believe next week we have a support webinar, so I definitely check that out on our IDX webinars page. But yeah, we're also on social media, so keep in touch, and I really appreciate everyone sharing this time.